Liverpool prepared £65 million bid for Chelsea. Wing-back Maro Gusto Liverpool and Hughes push for deal. Liverpool are reportedly showing strong interest in Chelsea. Wing-back Malo Gusto as new head coach Andoni Iraola and sporting director Richard Hughes continue to assess potential additions to the squad during the summer transfer window. According to the scenarios surrounding Liverpool's latest transfer plans, the club are seriously considering a move for Gusto and are prepared to test Chelsea's resolve with a bid worth around £65 million. Chelsea, however, are understood to value the French defender at approximately £75 million, meaning there could still be negotiations before any agreement is reached. The interest in Gusto would fit into Liverpool's wider plans to strengthen the squad with players capable of offering both defensive reliability and attacking quality. Iraola is known for demanding intensity, aggressive pressing and energetic movement from his players, while Hughes is expected to continue working on recruitment that fits the manager's tactical vision. Malo Gusto is particularly interesting because of his ability to operate as an attacking fullback or wing-back. His pace, athleticism and willingness to move forward could make him an attractive option for Iraola's system. Liverpool would be looking for a player capable of providing width, supporting attacks and recovering quickly when possession is lost. For Iraola, the modern fullback is an important part of the attacking structure. Rather than simply staying deep and defending, the wide defenders are expected to contribute to possession, create numerical advantages and provide another outlet when the team moves forward. Gusto's characteristics could therefore make him a natural candidate for the type of football Liverpool want to develop under their new manager. The French defender has also demonstrated that he can play with considerable attacking freedom. His acceleration allows him to carry the ball into advanced areas, while his movement can create space for other attacking players. In a Liverpool side that wants to play at a high tempo, those qualities could become extremely valuable. The reported £65 million proposal would represent a significant investment from Liverpool. However, the difference between Liverpool's proposed bid and Chelsea's reported £75 million valuation could potentially be overcome through negotiations. Chelsea's position is likely to be one of the biggest obstacles. If the London club are determined to keep Gusto, Liverpool may have to improve their offer. On the other hand, if Chelsea are willing to negotiate, a deal could become possible if the two clubs can find a compromise over the final transfer fee. Liverpool's interest also raises questions about how Iraola plans to use his fullbacks and wingbacks. The new manager wants his team to be energetic, aggressive and capable of attacking from different areas of the pitch. A player such as Gusto could give Liverpool another tactical option because he can provide width, attack space behind the opposition defence and contribute to pressing immediately after possession is lost. One of Gusto's biggest strengths is his physical ability. His speed allows him to cover large distances, which is particularly important in a high-intensity system. When Liverpool commit numbers forward, the defenders must be able to recover quickly if an attack breaks down. Gusto's pace could help reduce the danger of counter-attacks. His ability to combine with attacking players could also be important. Instead of simply receiving the ball near the touchline, he can make overlapping runs, move into advanced positions and create additional passing options. That type of movement could give Liverpool more variety when opponents defend in a compact shape. Richard Hughes is also expected to play an important role in any potential transfer. The sporting director will have to evaluate the financial side of the deal while also determining whether Gusto fits Liverpool's long-term recruitment strategy. A £65 million bid would demonstrate that Liverpool are serious about the player. It would also put pressure on Chelsea to make a decision about their valuation. If Chelsea continue to demand £75 million, Liverpool would then have to decide whether to increase their offer or walk away and pursue another target. From Liverpool's perspective, the key question is whether Gusto can become an important part of Iraola's project rather than simply being an expensive addition to the squad. The club would want a player who can contribute immediately but also improve over several seasons. Gusto's age would make that long-term potential particularly attractive. Liverpool could see him as a player who can develop further under Iraola while becoming an important component of the team's future. The tactical fit is arguably the most interesting aspect of the proposed transfer. Iraola's football relies heavily on intensity, movement and aggressive transitions. When Liverpool have the ball, their wide players need to stretch the opposition and create space. When they lose possession, those same players must react quickly and help the team regain its defensive shape. Gusto's athleticism could allow him to perform those responsibilities effectively. Imagine Liverpool attacking down the right side. Gusto could push forward to provide an overlapping option allowing the winger or attacking midfielder to move inside. If the ball is lost, his pace would allow him to immediately recover and support the defensive line. That combination of attacking and defensive responsibilities is exactly why modern wing-backs have become so valuable. There is also the possibility of using Gusto in different tactical roles depending on the opponent. Against a deep defensive block, he could play higher and provide width. Against a dangerous attacking team, he could adopt a more conservative position and focus on defensive transitions. This versatility could be one of the reasons Liverpool are reportedly interested. The reported £75 million valuation from Chelsea would make Gusto one of Liverpool's major investments of the summer. The club would therefore need to be convinced that the player can make a significant difference. For Chelsea, the situation is equally important. Losing Gusto would mean losing a young player with considerable physical and technical qualities. Chelsea would therefore have little reason to accept a low offer if they believe he remains an important part of their plans. Liverpool's reported £65 million proposal could therefore be viewed as the beginning of negotiations rather than the final offer. If Chelsea reject the initial bid, Liverpool could return with an improved proposal. Alternatively, Hughes could attempt to negotiate a lower guaranteed fee with performance-related bonuses or other financial structures. Much would depend on how strongly Chelsea want to retain the player and how determined Liverpool are to complete the transfer. For Iraola, the opportunity to work with Gusto could be particularly appealing because of the defender's characteristics. The manager needs players who can execute demanding tactical instructions without losing intensity. Gusto's pace and attacking mentality could allow him to adapt to a system that requires full backs to be heavily involved in both phases. Liverpool supporters will therefore be watching the situation closely. At this stage, the reported figures suggest that Liverpool are prepared to offer around £65 million, while Chelsea are looking for approximately £75 million. That leaves a £10 million gap between the two positions. The next stage could depend on whether Liverpool decide to increase their bid and whether Chelsea are prepared to negotiate. If an agreement can eventually be reached, Gusto could become another major piece of Iraola's Liverpool project. His arrival would provide the manager with another energetic wide defender capable of contributing to pressing, transitions, ball progression and attacking combinations. It would also underline Liverpool's intention to build a squad specifically suited to Iraola's football rather than simply adding players based on reputation. Richard Hughes would have to make sure the financial package makes sense, while Iraola would need to demonstrate exactly how Gusto fits into his tactical structure. If both sides are convinced, Liverpool could push ahead with the transfer. The reported £65 million bid would therefore be a significant statement of intent. Chelsea's £75 million valuation could still complicate the negotiations, but the gap is not necessarily impossible to close. For now, the story remains focused on Liverpool's reported interest, Chelsea's valuation and the possibility of a formal offer. If Liverpool decide to move forward, the coming negotiations could determine whether Malo Gusto becomes one of the latest major additions to Andoni Iraola's squad. With the summer transfer window moving toward its decisive stages, Liverpool are expected to continue exploring opportunities in the market. Gusto is now being presented as one of the names attracting serious attention, and a reported £65 million bid could be the first major step toward discovering whether a deal with Chelsea is possible. The final decision will ultimately come down to money, Chelsea's willingness to sell, Liverpool's determination and, most importantly, Iraola's belief that Gusto can become an important part of his new Liverpool side.